Our daily Bible reading and devotional for January 19th. Our reading today comes from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 10. We'll be reading verses 1 through 20. And he called to him his 12 disciples, and gave them authority over unclean spirits to cast them out, and to heal every disease and every affliction. The names of the 12 apostles are these: first, Simon, who was called Peter, and Andrew his brother; James, the son of Zebedee, and John his brother; Philip and Bartholomew; Thomas and Matthew the tax collector; James the son of Alphaeus and Thaddeus; Simon the Zealot, and Judas Iscariot, who betrayed him. These 12 Jesus sent out, instructing them, "Go nowhere among the Gentiles, and enter no town of the Samaritans, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, and proclaim as you go, saying, The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse lepers, cast out demons. You received without paying, give without pay. Acquire no gold or silver or copper for your belts, no bag for your journey, or 2 tunics or sandals, or a staff, for the laborer deserves his food. In whatever town or village you enter, find out who is worthy in it, and stay there until you depart. As you enter the house, greet it. And if the house is worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if it is not worthy, let your peace return to you. And if anyone will not receive you or listen to your words, shake off the dust from your feet when you leave that house or town. Truly I say to you, it will be more bearable on the day of judgment for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah than for that town. Behold, I am sending you out as sheep in the midst of wolves. So be wise as serpents and innocent as doves. Beware of men, for they will deliver you over to courts and flog you in their synagogues, and you will be dragged before governors, kings, for my sake, to bear witness before them and the Gentiles. When they deliver you over, do not be anxious how you are to speak or what you are to say, for what you are to say will be given you in that hour. For it is not you who speak, but the Spirit of your Father speaking through you." Some thoughts for today. In our chapter before us today, in these passages, many know this as the limited commission, in which Jesus tells his disciples to go out on their own, 2 by 2, and spread the news of the coming kingdom. He gives them power over evil spirits and illnesses, even raising the dead. He gives them instruction as how to act, where to go and not go, and even what not to take. Their attitude must be one of complete and total dependence on God to provide for them. In informing them of all they must know, Jesus also tells them of the dangers that await them. He is not just speaking of their immediate journey at hand, but also the rest of their lives. For in this warning is included the suffering and persecution that awaits them as they spread the gospel. He tells them, "But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the courts and scourge you in their synagogues, and you shall even be brought before governors and kings for my sake, as a testimony to them and to the Gentiles," in verses 17 and 18. Not exactly words of comfort. One wonders if they knew this when they left all to follow Jesus. The world Jesus describes is not one confined to the first century Roman colonies. This world still exists today. His admonition is no less relevant today than it was nearly 2,000 years ago. Sheep in the midst of wolves. That is what this world can be like for those of faith. Remember the warning Peter gives when he writes, "Be of sober spirit. Be on the alert. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour." 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. The Apostle Paul gives similar advice to the elders at Ephesus, and he tells them, "I know that after my departure, savage wolves will come in among you, not sparing the flock." Acts chapter 20 and verse 29. When Jesus told his disciples the attitude they need to have, it is not inconsistent with faith to be wary of the wiles of the world. Be on alert. Be watchful. Stay focused. A question of the day. Do you prepare your mind each morning for the fact that you will encounter those who wish you harm? And finally, a thought to meditate on this day. Look back at the past few days and think about how prepared you were for those unexpected events that challenge your faith. Think now at what you have changed to meet those challenges today. And those are our thoughts for today, January 19th.